Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. As promised, it's the bottom line on Monday night tonight. That's right. We're going to bring you the weekend race recap like we always do. Big energy here. Studio 02 brought to you by Chaz's Logistics. That's right, Chaz's Logistics up and down the highway hauling the freight. We hope you had a good week, good Monday thus far, a good weekend of racing. We'll go ahead and get back here and going to get down to the nitty-gritty. I love it, man. The news flash comes up. Take it over, Tom. It's back to you. Thanks, Fred. Okay, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, brought to you by Chaz's Logistics. That's right, Chaz's Logistics. We're here in Studio 02. Studio 02, we're going to give you some race results. As always, we're going to start out, get the glasses down, with the East Coast Legends Weekly Race Roundup. That's right, the East Coast Legends Freeze and Company Weekly Race Roundup, brought to you by David H. Martin Excavating. That's right, 55-plus years in the business, residential, commercial, agricultural, excavation, utility work, family-owned, multi-generational, and you know what? They're up for votes for Franklin County Best Locally Owned Business. That's right, yourchoiceawards.com. You can go there and vote for them to be Franklin County's best locally owned business, and they are. They do one heck of a job in what they do. That's exactly right. Here we go. BAPS, East Coast Legends, Freezing Company. They invaded BAPS this past weekend. We've seen Logan Carball. He was number one. He took the checkers P1. Jeremy Ott, always up there in the podium, ran second. Scott Howdenshell, third. And the Iceman, Kelby Freeze, fourth. And rounding out your top five is Sean Abney. So there you go. Carball, Ott, Howdenshell, Kelby Freeze, and Abney. That's your top five. This week, you'll see him go to Path Valley Speedway. That's right, the quarter-mile bull ring and spring run. It's Dr. Zachary Krause's SummerSlam. That's right, paying $1,800 to win. What a purse it is the whole way down through. Tons of contingency money. They always run good up there for sure. 1,800 smackers on the level there. That's right, up in spring run. 1,800 smackers. That's right. Let's see who's going to get it. They'll have a guaranteed good car count. Once again, that's your East Coast Legends Weekly Race Roundup brought to you by D.H. Martin Excavating. David H. Martin Excavating. That's right. Okay, moving on, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Go to the rest of our results brought to you by Dan's Auto Repair, located on the east side, downtown Rouseville. Oil, inspections, overhauls, tires, you name it. You see Chad down there, he'll get you fixed up. Dan's Auto Repair. Let's go ahead and run our weekly results. Here we go. Back to BAPS we are again. Limited late models were signed in the house to race. They had a pretty good field. Looked like 24 some odd cars had a full field. It was the Tornado, Trent Merkel. That's right, in the 118. The Tornado, Trent Merkel. That's number 4 in the year for Merkel. I'm going to tell you, he's getting heated up for sure. I know he didn't have the luck he wanted to down at Kutztown with a supermotor in there, but he rebounds back, does what he does best in that limited, and parks at P1. Good for him. Dan Zeckman finished second. Chase Billett rounds out your top 3. Keith Walls in the 462. I haven't seen him at BAPS, I don't think yet, ever, or in a long time. He went out of top 10. P7 for Keith Walls, Wally Walls. Extreme stocks. Patrick McLean, he was victorious in the street stocks. Patrick McLean. So there you have it. Merkel and McLean, the Tornado. That's right. I love to see the Tornado park it. Hagerstown Small Car Nationals. Well, they had Friday and they had Saturday, and this is what I got out of it. There was no really write-up on it, but I do know who won. Okay? Crates, it was the captain, Cal Hardy, in the crates. The captain, Cal Hardy. Now, you switch gears and go over to Saturday night, Fender style. Kyle, Showtime Lear. That's right, Showtime Kyle Lear and the late model sportsmen, a.k.a. the limited late models. Tomato, whatever you want to call it. It was Showtime Kyle Lear getting the job done. Hagerstown, I think, obviously there's a lot of talk, a lot of discussion. It's all over about what's going to happen to Hagerstown Speedway. Well, I guess we'll wait and see and find out, and we'll go off what we read by Lisa Plessinger herself and the area auto racer. That's all we can go off of at this point. Winchester, UMP Modifieds. We've seen Ray Cable park it. That's right, Ray Cable parked in the victory lane on the UMP Modifieds. Crates, Devin Brandon was victorious. In hobby stocks, it was Andrew Safel in the hobby stocks at Winchester. Fred, we good? Everybody's tuned up, sounds good, everything's kicking it live. Good, that's what we want to hear. Dog Hollow Speedway, crates, Tom Snyder, victorious. Tom Snyder was victorious there. Limited late models, once again, it was Brad Benton. Brad Benton. He's racked up some wins up there, I believe in the number 51, okay, at Dog Hollow. Ceilings Grove, we were there. That's right, elbows up style, doing the pit walkie all night long. Ceilings Grove National Open, super late models, 10,000 smackers was on the line, okay, this was Saturday night. Ziegler set fast time and broke the track record there. At Sand Hill, okay, at Ceilings Grove. And they called this thing the Sand Hill Thrill, the National Open. 10,000 smackers. Had a good field of cars in there. Had a good field of cars. In the end, though, we seen Ziggy out of Chalk Hill, Pennsylvania, in that familiar green and black 25Z. He parked it in victory lane in style. Jeff Ryan in the Elbin-owned late model was second. Little word on Ryan, he blew a drive shaft off there, I believe, in warm-ups or hot laps, time laps, I don't know what's going on. But he blew a drive shaft off. He said they scrambled, and if you ever blow a drive shaft, it usually takes a lot of things with it sometimes. But they got her back together, and he sure didn't, from what he said, think they'd have a real good rest of the night, but they put a good night together, and they ran second. So good there. Good deal. Mattern was third. Hayes led a fair amount of the race there. First, I'd say half, give or take. He led. There was a lot of cautions going on, a lot of restarts. We were against the rain. It was drizzling. Yeah, the weather kind of changed up. It was humid up there and got a little funky out. But Mattern, he in the end, he had to succumb. He succumbed to Ziegler. Ziegler was fast. He got around him like he wasn't nobody's business. But, hey, Mattern got a podium out of it. That's a good deal. You know what I'm saying? So did Ryan on the second. 305s were there. They had a holdout there because they did, after the late models, they did shut her down there for a while because she started to rain pretty hard. Cruz Kepner in the 305s was victorious. That's right, in the past, the sprint series there. You know what I'm saying? Street Stocks, A.J. Stroop. He's victorious. He was first victory since 2016. So he had a few years in a little gap there, but he shut the gap on her this past weekend. Now, staying at Sand Hill and Ceilings Grove. They ran Sunday as well, okay? They ran Sunday as well. It was a Jim Nace Memorial. That's right, honoring the great Jim Nace and his memorial, 15,600 and some smackers on the line. Car count looked decent for 410s, okay? The Concrete Kid, Anthony Macri, parks it in victory lane. Double D, Danny Dietrich, P2, Zierfoss third. Zierfoss had a pretty good weekend. He grabbed the win there. I think, we'll see it here in a minute. Yeah, Friday at the Grove, okay, and then he got a P3 there on Sunday, okay. So, yeah, that's the Eichelberger machine, the number 8 there, the Load Bar Construction. I guess they're starting to get her wound up. Limited late models were on the card Sunday as well, okay. And lo and behold, it was Snook. That's right, Lane Snook. Snooky parked it in victory lane. Sean Miller was second. Andrew Yoder, he was third. So Snook, Miller, and Yoder, they were your top 3, okay? Another win for Snooky. Snooky also ran Saturday night. That's right. They're preparing to go to Eldora, and they had a steel block in there, big bolt steel block motor like that, and he finished out the race. I think he pulled off there. Yeah, he did. He pulled off, put through, but he was running strong. But in the interview with him, they were running that motor and doing some basically testing and things like that because they go out to that big steel block show out in Eldora, and he loves going out there, he says. And they've had pretty good success there. Lincoln, Weldon Sterner Memorial, always a good race, the Weldon Sterner Memorial. We see Troy Wagaman, that's right. He was victorious in the 410s. Freddie Raymer second, Double D, Danny Dietrich, P3. So they got a podium there again for Dietrich for the weekend. 358s, lo and behold, Dylan Norris parks it in that number 6. He's hot in them 358s. Dylan Norris. Cody Fletcher second, Jaden Wolf third. Okay, so Norris, Fletcher, and Wolf. Moving on. Here we go. PA Micro Midgets. I always remember those guys. They got some good little classic cars. I like them. They were at Shellhammer Speedway. That's right. 300cc, Hunter Smith. Victorious. P1. Good for Hunter Smith. He can probably hear me if I open the door. He's just right down the road here. That's where he lives. In good old east side downtown Rouseville. Hunter Smith parks it. Maddox Wire second. Peyton Faust third. Okay. 500cc. Mason Noble. P1. Todd Walls. That's right, Todd, one of our gracious sponsors of Walls Wallpapering and Painting. He second place, and Ashford Paxton was third, okay, Several of these young people here, Hunter Smith, Maddox Wire, Asher Paxton, Mason Noble, they're in our Mid-Atlantic Junior Racing Club, Okay, so kudos to them. That's why I always like to go see what these guys are doing as well and go visit where they're racing. That's why I went to Kutztown there once, twice, so we'd see them guys race. How about it, Freddie? Okay, here we go. Moving on. Outlaw Speedway. That was Clash Motorsports Fall Clash number 4. Number 4, okay? It was the Wizard. Dave Hess Jr. I love it. The Wizard. He parks it at Victory Lane. They were at Outlaw. That's it. We were there last year. Didn't make it there this year. It's in Dundee, New York. That's right. It's up the ways a bit, near Watkins Glen. Dave Hess, the Wizard, wins. Dylan Cece, second. Ryan Montgomery, Flying Ryan, or as I like to call him, Monty, okay? He runs third. Path Valley. That's right. The quarter-mile bull ring. Path Valley. Limited late models. We've seen Farling, Yoder, and DJ Myers. That's right. Farling parks at Victory Lane. Kenny Yoder second. DJ Myers third. The hard charger went to Kenny Yoder. He's been running strong in that Bob Dunn entry. How about this? Rodney Walls in the 85. He runs real well in his car, and I think they had some motor woes, nothing major like that. I've seen the video. He's blowing a little smoke off there, you know, and but the car was hooked up, it looked like. I think he led a fair amount of laps. He was on the move, okay? So, you know, look out there, hot rod. Farling, Yoder, Myers. A lot of good cars I've seen there signed in that night, though. There was a lot of good cars signed in for the Limiteds. Thunder Cars, Justin Rast. Haven't seen him in a while. He shows up, and apparently he parks her in Victory Lane. Strictly Stocks, Justin Williamson. Okay, 600s, Cameron Morrow. I haven't seen him in a while. Okay, he's been kind of vacated, but when he comes, he's been winning. Okay, he's in the 600s. TA Ward 270s, Braden Kuhn. That's 6 wins. 6 wins. Braden Kuhn right now in the TA Ward 270s. Okay, but Aiden Krause was second. He was the hard charger. Aiden Krause, obviously, has several wins to his name this year in his rookie campaign and continues to run in that top 3, top 5, okay, week in and week out. Modifieds were there as well. How about this? Sammy Reeder. Sammy Reeder parks in the Victory Lane. From what I understand, that's his win number 1 in a modified. Good for Sammy. Alyssa Collum, she was your hard charger. She was P2. And then Mike Duck was third. Mike Duck was third. So Reeder, Collum, and Duck. Say that fast one time. That'll get you in trouble. Okay, moving on. Williams Grove, 410s. We said earlier, Brock Zierfoss in the Eichelberger low bar number 8, 410 sprint, victorious. Whittle, second. Chase Dietz is third. 358 sprints. I'm telling you, them 358 sprints get it done. I'm telling you, they do. The 410s get it done, but them 358s, that's a tough class. It's like 358 late models. I mean, you don't mess with them. They're tough. Dylan Norris, victorious. Dylan Norris, victorious. Seth Schnoke, second. Cody Fletcher, third. So Fletcher was around there all weekend, too. I mean, he had a 2, a number 3. But Norris, he had 2 number P1s, okay? Wow, good for him. Bedford didn't have anything. They were off. Port Royal, their seasons, they're done for the year, okay? That ended there several weeks back. So there's, in a nutshell, right? In a nutshell, there is what's been happening over the weekend, okay? She's winding down, guys. What's left? Some bigger paying shows around the tracks, local area. But, you know, a lot of places, she's winding down for the year. So let's get to who's hot, right? Brought to you by Ashley Yoder Designs, wraps and race decals, T-shirts, designs. She'll take care of you. Very good. Ashley Yoder Designs on who's hot. Let's see who we got here. I forgot myself. Okay, limited late models. Here we go. Limited late models. Lane Snook continues to be smoking hot. There's no question about it. He's on. He's spot on. Okay. I will give an honorable mention, a high honorable mention for Taylor Farley. Okay. Taylor continues to knock him out of the park. He wins at Path Valley repetitiously, and he's also found some success in other places like Dog Hollow and such. So right there you go. Super late models, Ziggy. We're going to give it to Mason Ziegler. Yeah, you see, Ziegler's right there. He's right. We were talking the other night on the way home. Ziegler's won some loot, man. He has. He's won some loot between ULMS, Zuver and Company, the Fall Clash races. He's been right there getting it done. So we're going to go with Mason Ziegler. Obviously, he just won this past weekend at Sand Hill, Sealings Grove at the Open. Open wheel. I called it open wheel. I didn't say 410s. I didn't say specific. It's open wheel. Open wheel, Dylan Norris in the 358s. I'm going to give him credit where credit's due. Dylan Norris. That guy started off having some bad luck at the beginning of the year, and he still continues to win in 358s, and he's had some great finishes back in the 410. They got it back going again. How about J.J. Loss? Not to get off the subject. He's in the Trone car, the number 39. I think he was like a 7th or 8th position Sunday at finishing order at Sealings Grove. That's a big step for him, for a young man. Good for him. The other guy I would give open wheel to, who's hot, is Braden Kuhn, number 6 win. He's right there week in and week out. He's been winning, or he's right there, darn close to it. Number 6 for him. Modifieds, Ray Cable. We'll go with Ray Cable. He's been around. He's obviously won there the other week with Modified Mafia, and he just won at Winchester this past weekend. Upcoming, Path Valley, like we said, SummerSlam by Dr. Krause, East Coast Legends, Wingless Sportsmen. Right? WSS, the Wingless Super Sportsmen are on the card as well. We got Thunder Cars, 600s, TA War 270s. Yeah, that'll be at Path Valley this Saturday. Bedford, big weekend there. Friday and Saturday, DJ Troutman Memorial Weekend. Okay, I believe that's Modified Mafia. I know it's mods, but I'm pretty sure it's sanctioned. They're Friday night and then Saturday night. Okay, so they got the big show, obviously Saturday night, but that's always a good show. 2-dayer right there, obviously. Honoring the great late DJ Troutman, Drake's father, okay? And I'm pretty sure Drake will be in town for that, for at least one, if not both, nights of that right there. Sealings Grove Friday, super late models, twin 20s, 3,000 a pop. And I think there's a bonus if the guy wins both of them. I'm not sure how much, but there's a bonus. It's also the URC, United Racing Club National Open, 358/360s. We're Fender people, but I got to be honest. The URC puts on a show. I got to give them that. They do. They put on a show there, especially at Sealings Grove. Clinton County, super late models, Fall Clash, number 5. Fall Clash, number 5. Now let's look at who won the Fall Clashes thus far. Mason Ziegler wins the Labor Day 55, the 38th annual. He does it in style. Bridgeport Reigns. Okay, they go to the action track, Foley action track at Kutztown. We see Trevor Feathers victorious. They roll up, then from there they go to Outlaw and Dundee, okay, and we see the Wizard, Dave Hess Jr., victorious. So let's see who does it here at Clinton County. She's a bull ring up there too. We'll see how she fares out. Latrobe Fall Fest. Latrobe's Fall Fest, that's ULMS, Zuver and Company. They'll be there Friday and Saturday, super late model style. 3,000 Friday, 6,000 Smacker Saturday. It's a pretty big event. Fall Fest at Latrobe. Winchester, they're running what they call the Nationals. I believe hobby stocks are 600, SCDRA 600s, and $2,000. Let me say it again, $2,000 for the limited late models in Winchester this Saturday. Okay, YouTube, get over there. Elbows Up Dirt Production, subscribes, free of charge. All of our videos, they only last 30 days, and then Zuckerberg cans them. Okay, so we put them, bank them over to YouTube. So go over, boom, hit the subscribe button. You know what I'm saying? You'll see us most likely at Price Sealings Grove Friday. That's right, Sealings Grove Friday. Possibly Latrobe. I'm weighing some things out here, okay? And then Path Valley Saturday. We'll be up in the quarter-mile bull ring. That's right, spring run. November 9th, I'm going to release it here this Wednesday. November 9th, mark your calendars. We're going to have our first ever sponsorship seminar. It's going to be on November 9th. That's a Sunday, probably from like 1 to 3, 3:30. It's going to have a fee attached to it. It's a nominal fee, meaning not a lot. Okay, I'm telling you, it's good information. I've been working hard on this. It's good information. We're going to put the registration out for it here in the next couple days. Early bird, save a little money. So get on it, get with it. I'm telling you, it's going to be decent. You want to get there. November 16th, the Maryland Stock Car Hall of Fame yearly banquet. That's right. It's going to be at Odenton Fire Department. Tickets on sale very soon. You can see Jeff Alders. Okay, and he'll get you in the right direction to buy tickets. As always, we will be there. We were there last year as Elbows Up Dirt Productions, along with some other folks right there, and had a wonderful time. There's a lot of history down there in that area. So, ladies and gentlemen, that will conclude. That's right, the bottom line brought to you by Chaz's Logistics. You know it. You all have a good rest of your week. Get out to the racetrack. And, hey, if you get a chance, go on there and see what Double D, Danny Dietrich, posted. He's on a rant there about the racetracks and promoters, and I love to hear what you think on that. There's a lot going on right now. I can tell you, in our world with fenders, late models, limited late models, crate late models, there's a lot of haze. I don't need purple haze like Jimi Hendrix sang about. We're going to have to figure it out, guys, especially on the super late models. We're going to have to figure it out. Something's got to give. We got to keep super late models, limited late, anything with late models, we have to keep healthy. And that's going to have to come from a voice from the racers, the people. That needs to start immediately, right now. Anyway, listen, elbows up, big energy all the time. You all have a good week. God bless you all. Love one another. We'll see you at the races.